Usually when somebody first walks into the shop, I ask them what other sports are involved in, ask them whether they ski, whether they skate, whether ice skate or play ice hockey, or just generally into some sort of fitness. If they're a skier or an ice skater, they're going to find it really easy to ride rollerblades, so there's not much left to explain after that. All I simply tell them is that they've now found the best dryland way of cross-training their sport.
This whole grass skiing caper with the rollerblades is exactly like skiing. It's like pretty amazing because, well, it's got the same balance, and I think that once I master these slopes, it'll just be awesome.
Hi, I'm Brendan Moses. I'm travelling up to meet Alan Varno. Alan is the #1 ramp rider in New Zealand. Some say the #1 in the world. I've never been on a ramp before, but if I can hang into Alan's slipstream and just get sucked along, I figure I'll survive.
People look at them and think they must be incredibly hard to stand up in. That's what everybody says to us. And our basic, simple answer to that is if you can stand up on your own 2 feet on the ground, you can stand up on these skates. What you are is you're locked securely into what is basically a ski boot with wheels underneath it. It's very secure around the ankle. You buy them to fit tight, and they're laced up properly and the right size for you. Anybody can stand up on them.
I recently purchased a bass guitar. My plans are to form a band as soon as I leave school.
When I first started rollerblading, I was really lucky because I was training with a group of guys, and guys tend to be a bit more aggressive than women. So of course when I saw them trying things, although I wasn't doing everything exactly the same time as they were, quite often I'd sort of get there a couple of weeks later.
I'm pretty unfit for a rollerblader, but I'm at the fittest that I've ever been. Things that I usually couldn't do, I can do with these now, and when I get back to skiing, it's going to be very easy. I mean, it started out as a training for skiing, but now it's taken over my life. You know, it's more important to me than skiing now. It's more important to me than pretty much everything, maybe except for my studies.
This is probably one of the best forms of cardiovascular workout you can get. If you go for a jog, you're pounding your body on the roads. What happens is it tends to scrunch up your muscles or shorten your muscles because you're pounding your body. You start skating on rollerblades, because you're skating with a lengthy stride, you actually tend to stretch your muscles out. You're pushing oxygen and blood through your muscles. So rather than actually tightening all your muscles, you're loosening your muscles. So you're building up better muscles.
I've been rollerblading for about half an hour. Same as mine, for about half an hour. 25 minutes, half an hour.
New Zealand, best place in the world to rollerblade.
Here comes damage.
Here is where my fate became. Likewise this. I was just practicing some tricks on it and one of my boots caught on the top of the ramp and I came down, landed on my leg twisting and just cracked the fibula down the side of my leg, which has hospitalised me for 5 weeks and which really sucks.
I'm a head chef at a great Italian restaurant in Auckland, Frago's. Fortunately, they don't discriminate against broken legs.
On this angle. Yeah, that's cool.
Basically, you have to really concentrate,
psych yourself up a little bit for it, I suppose. Just make sure you maintain good balance in the air, because if you start to wobble in the air, you're just going to hit yourself in the land. So how do you feel?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I've been roller skating for about, I'd say 3 years, and then I've been rollerblading for 5 months, so it's not very hard to pick up. You can pick it up quite quickly.
As far as education goes, I think I've rounded down the subjects to the ones I want to study now. Music is taking up a lot of my life. I play in a couple of different bands, and I think I'd like to pursue it through study.
You can be skating to music like a Walkman or something, but that can be dangerous after a while. If you're skating to your own beat, I find that your skating becomes more natural. It's a part of yourself. It goes like this. Yo, McGilla, give me a siren.
Allow me to introduce to you a new crew that is of no use to you. This fallacy of living, the talent that we're given, oppressed but expressed in a rollerblading rhythm. Bang with the rhythm, soul to soul the lyrical. Introducing His Highness the Imperial. That's me.
It's a form of street language, and what I tried to get with this rap in particular was how I felt about the skaters, you know, Brendan, Justin, and Alan, and Neil, and how I in all felt about skating as a whole. Because there is a feeling there to portray. There is a kind of a freedom, and hopefully, I don't know if I've achieved it in the song, but that's what I was trying to put forward.
Get up on your feet. Get in line. As the sun chills on the cityscape, two brothers find new ways to escape. This is a revolution, been happening for a while in the sport. It's a lifestyle.
My silky soliloquy gives credence to sin. If aesthetic is bad, let the badness begin. We're not leashed in like hounds. Our blades are our freedom. We're the new printers. The city's our kingdom, a kingdom of concrete. Get up on your feet, step to the new beat, and get up on your street. We are the protos and photo or phono. We're prone to apply to a piece just like Plato. Get him now.
When you're there with the guys, you know, you don't even have to talk. You can spend an hour without talking, just doing your moves, and that'll express how you're feeling. That's the way I've made some of my best friends, you know, Al, Brendan, Neil, and most of the people you're seeing in the movie. Just through skating. Rollerblading is what you got in common. Sometimes when you're rollerblading in a group, you're going down the street, all these people suddenly notice you, they jump aside, and partly because they're afraid, partly because they're interested in you. And that kind of acknowledgement makes you feel special. I'm an attention seeker.
These are my new shoes here. You have an unreal feeling out there. You do have accidents now and then though. They go everywhere you want them to go. You're totally aware of what's happening around you. Yeah, let's go rollerblading. It's great.
Right, I gotta take them all the way home.
When I started rollerblading, I realised that was something that I could do not just for fitness and for fun, but it's also expressive. And for me, being a dancer, I can actually put a lot of that dance work into rollerblades.
So I would say that we have some
volcanic eruptions occurring fairly frequently down here.
I reckon that in Auckland, this rollerblading network is starting because they all seem to know each other, and I've noticed that even driving around, I've noticed a lot more people, and they sort of greet each other differently. You know, when you run along the road, it's just and when you rollerblade, it's camaraderie at its best, man. You okay?
Good. Teeth are okay?
No, my teeth are, the teeth are fucked up.
Oh.
Okay, you get the car. Mike.
Okay. What we need... What?
You keep operating, I'll go get the car.
Yeah, we need the first aid. ACC. Are you alright? Right, yeah, just lie down. Lie down.
You've got a cut on the chin, you'll need a couple of stitches, that's about
My
it.
chin?
Yep.
Is it really that bad? It's numb at the moment.
You'll need a couple.
There goes your modelling career book.
Is it my fault?
No, it was my fault. I came at it too fast.
You ain't going fast enough.
Woo!
Should get too bloody bad, right?
Yeah.
Rollerbladers, blood donors.
No, rollerman.
What?
Rollerman.
Yeah, rollerblade.
What's all the drama about? Rollerblade off.
So I've split in here, as you can see the stitches there, and these stitches have just come out 2 days ago. So maybe just go for threes. Good things come in threes.
But the thing is, every time he does slam, he learns from it. Unfortunately, Brooke is one of these guys that will have to learn that way. But, you know, as long as he doesn't injure himself too bad, you know, I think he'll get away with it. But there is a limit to him. But he hasn't found it yet. That's also a good thing, because in a way, sometimes when he comes up to a big jump or something, I'll just turn around and say, no, I don't think you should do it because you'll hurt yourself. And a lot of the times he does listen.
Yeah, you got to listen to people who know more.
It's only because I don't want him to be hurt. You know, why push it to that extreme when you doubt it? You know, you just make your risk factor, you double it.
No more rollerblading nightmares.
I was driving in my car, minding my own affairs. I stopped for a red light, and she caught me unawares. Lying right in front of me, she was 30 feet long, draped across that train bridge. Great God, I was gone. I looked around me, cause I knew we weren't alone. Every other man's looking at my baby. Their baby's all at home. The light changed to green. Nobody moves. But I'm gonna come back at nightfall and see if that baby grooves. You know what I mean? Ow! I was gone. Running down the alley. Running down the alley. Oh, I was running with that alley. Oh. With my alley. Well, I was gone. Running down the alley, alley. Running down the alley. All right, I'm gonna take her all the way home. Well, I threw on my trench coat and put shades on my face. Cause if I were recognized, I'd be a big disgrace. So I cut with my cutters, and I did not let her fall. I released that lovely lady, now she's hanging on my wall. Ha!